Hey everybody, welcome to the Onthematbjj podcast. Up till now, the podcast has been for Swedish BJJ athletics and Swedish listeners. We're gonna change it up a bit this episode. We're gonna do it all in English, and the guest for today is Michael Liera Jr. It's gonna be sweet to talk to Michael and see what he has to say. And I say sorry for my English in advance. It's not at black belt level yet, but with some good training and some time, it's gonna get there sometime. Well, this episode of Onthematbjj podcast is brought to you by a company called Top Rank Equipment. Top Rank Equipment provides martial arts gear and also have sweet Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu gis. At the moment they have 3 of them. It's a blue gi with red stitches, and a white gi with green stitches, and a black gi with red stitches. And you can find Top Ranked Equipment on Facebook, so just look them up there. This podcast is also brought to you by a company called 3%. 3% is a brand that stands for try to do as much of those things you like as much as possible. If you focus on the things that you like and you do more of them, you're most likely to be good at them. And if you do only things that you like and are good for you, you are most likely to have a good life and a happy life. So you can find both Top Ranked and 3% on Facebook. Just search them up there. There will also be links to this podcast at Facebook. Okay guys, are you ready to listen to Michael? Let's do it. So we welcome Michael Liera Jr. to the Onthematbjj podcast. Welcome.
Hey, how's it going?
I'm good. How are you? How are you?
Good. Everything's great here in San Diego.
Yeah. Are you still having nice weather?
It's getting a little colder, but it's not too bad. Raining a little bit here and there, but still happy with it.
Good. So I heard you went out tonight.
Yeah, we just we went and saw the new Hunger Games movie tonight.
Okay. Was it any good?
Yeah, it was pretty good. It was really good, actually.
Yeah, really good. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. For the people that are listening to this, most of them are Swedish people, but I can also see that some people from abroad are listening to this podcast also. Could you please describe who you are and a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, of course. My name's Michael Liera Jr. I'm a brown belt. I'm 20 years old. I train at Atto San Diego with Andre Galval, and I'm a 2-time world champion. I won my first Worlds at Blue Belt in 2011, and then I won this year at Purple Belt, and I got my Brown Belt right after. And I'm just training, and I'm chasing my dreams of being a Jiu-Jitsu world champion at Black Belt.
Yeah, okay. So how come you got started with BJJ at all? How do you get introduced to it?
I started doing Jiu-Jitsu in 2006. One of my dad's friends from high school invited us over to train at the academy that he was training at, and then I stuck with it ever since.
Okay, was this at Atos or any other academy?
It was at another academy that no longer exists here in San Diego.
Okay.
And then 2 years ago I switched to Atos.
Okay. How did you decide it was supposed to be Atos and not another academy?
Here in San Diego, Atos is just the place to train. You know, any given day you'll have like maybe 10 world titles on the mat. So there was really no question of what gym to train at, especially with the goals and dreams that I have.
Yeah. Yeah, yes, you're setting a pretty high goal for yourself, black belt world champion.
Yep.
If everything goes as planned, as you see it, when will this happen, you think?
Maybe within the next 2 to 4 years.
Yeah, okay. So how is the plan leading up to those 2 to 4 years? How's the journey to the goal?
If I had to guess or predict,
Yeah.
I just got my brown belt in July, I believe. So
Yeah.
maybe I'll have another year or year and a half at brown, and then hopefully my transition to the black belt isn't, you know, it isn't too rough, and then within the first couple of years, I want to start winning black belt world titles. That's the dream, the goal.
Yeah.
And then once I retire, open up an academy.
Once you
Um,
retire, are you already talking about retirement?
well, just thinking about it, you know.
Okay, that sounds nice. But how are you going to compete with Atos? Or are you only going to open up an academy somewhere else?
Yeah, I was thinking about opening an affiliate somewhere, you know, not too close to San Diego, maybe a little bit more north in California,
Okay.
or I don't know. I haven't really made up my mind yet.
You have a few years to figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you look at now at 2014, what's your main goal during the next year?
Uh, my main goal is obviously winning the worlds at brown belt,
Yeah.
and also I want to win, of course, like Pan Ams, and I want to do the absolutes and try to take double gold. And I'd also really like to qualify for the ADCC
Yeah.
in 2015. That'd be really nice.
Yeah, for sure.
And I've got my ticket to the World Pro in Abu Dhabi.
Yeah.
I went to trials here maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago. So that's always a good tournament because they have the good money prizes, and it's always a fun experience
Yeah.
going all the way out there.
Are you training full time, or do you have any work on the side?
No, I train full time.
Yeah. Okay. So how do you provide for yourself?
Right now I'm living with my mom and dad, and they support me and they help me out a lot. I also teach some private lessons to make money for food and everything,
Yeah.
and also, you know, just stuff like that, little hustles here and there.
Yeah. Okay. Uh, there have been a lot of competitions recently for you.
Yeah, yeah. After Worlds, I competed at the five grappling tournament in Canada, and
Yeah.
I had a super fight there.
How was
Uh,
that tournament?
it was awesome. It's a new organization coming out. They actually have an event coming up in a few hours that I'm going to Saturday morning, and then it was awesome. They flew me out. I fought in the super fight. I got a nice payday for that, and then they
Sweet.
flew me right back, and they put me up in a nice hotel, and they gave me money for food. It was like a professional event,
Yeah.
so it was really cool to have an experience like that.
So who's behind that tournament?
Excuse me.
Who is behind the tournament? Who is like financing
Uh,
it and putting it together?
uh, there's this guy that I know. He's from Canada, Ricardo, uh, who trains with one of the Mendes Bros affiliates, and he's him and this other guy own it, and they're gonna have really nice things coming out this next year, 2014. They're gonna have a whole grappling circuit. I don't know too much about it, but I know they're gonna put up some nice events.
Yeah. Sounds
Yep.
nice.
hmm
So what else have it been before that tournament? What else have you been doing?
that was I think September, and
Yeah.
then after that I fought at the American Nationals, like, or excuse me, after that I fought in Japan um, at the Copa Bull Terrier, and then after that I fought at the American Nationals, and I got double gold the uh, in the gi, and in the no gi I won my division, and then right after that I fought at the World Pro Trials, and I won double gold, so I got my ticket to Abu Dhabi, and then Nogi Worlds, and then right after Nogi Worlds, I fought in uh, the World Jiu Jitsu Expo. They had a brown belt Grand Prix with like
Yeah.
16 of the best brown belts. It was cool. They divided the 16 guys into two groups, and you fought every single person in your group, and two guys from each of the groups with the best records moved on to the semifinals. And I went 6-1, but I still didn't make the semifinals. But it was all right. It was fun. It was awesome.
Yeah. It was a pretty big coverage on that tournament also, right?
Yeah,
It
It
was,
was awesome.
yeah, I think it was Booty Videos that had a pay-per-view kind of deal.
Yep.
Yep.
Budo Videos did like a pay-per-view with Trumpet Dan as the commentator. I heard the stream was really good.
Yeah. So if you look at all the competitions that you've been participating in here recently, which one do you think was the most fun or the most well organized?
Um, I'd say the super fight in Canada with the five grappling was awesome because I they flew me out and they put me in my own hotel room and they gave me money to eat and everything, and then I showed up to the tournament and they shut down all the mats and let all the super fights go and everyone was watching. That was really fun.
Yeah.
And then also the brown belt Grand Prix was a lot of fun because it was an absolute, so there was some big guys in the division, and it was pretty much the top brown belts. And it was cool to, even if you lost, you kept going, and
Yeah.
yeah, it was different. I've never fought in that type of format, and I
So,
really enjoyed it.
so you have like 15 matches in 2 days, or what do it add up to?
It added up to, so like there was eight guys in my division in my group, so I had seven fights,
Oh
and it
yeah,
was over the course of one day.
yeah.
Like we started at like 9 and finished at like 4 p.m.
That's got to be pretty rough.
Yeah, I was beat. Yeah.
Yeah, because the tournaments I go to, I pretty much like have 3 matches, and I'm pretty done after 3 matches.
Yeah, yeah.
So if you have like 7 or 8, I think it's got to be pretty hard on you.
Yeah, it was rough.
Yeah. Did there have been some competitions like you had the Want versus Need, right?
Yeah, that was last year in
Yeah.
December.
Did
That
they
one was.
they're coming up some like different kinds of jiu-jitsu tournaments popping up,
Mm-hmm.
and the different formats also with times and submissions, rules and stuff like that. If you like could like wish for like a competition that you would have and you would like to participate in, which kind of tournament would that be?
Honestly, my favorite, I guess, format to fight in is super fights. I like, just preparing for one fight against a really good guy who's evenly matched with me or even better than me or whatever. And I think submission only can be really boring sometimes,
Yeah.
especially when they do submission only and then like they put a time limit and no points.
Yeah. Okay.
So I think the best format would be like a 20-minute match with points, 'Cause, the points definitely make it exciting just because like in the submission only tournaments that I've done, when the guy's getting mounted or side controlled, the guy on bottom just defends and just kind of stalls it out. So, and it can be a long match, and it's tough to do submission only. So I think a 20-minute points match would be awesome.
Yeah. Do you think the IBGF tournaments are too short time wise?
Yeah, sometimes like
Yeah.
they can be too short sometimes. Like brown belt's 8 minutes, which is a decent amount of time. Um, Sometimes, especially in the lower belts, 6 minutes it's kind of tough to get working.
Yeah.
I think 8 minutes should be like a minimum.
Yeah. We recently had a tournament here in Sweden where I got stuck in half guard and he had like a triangle position on my half guard from bottom and I couldn't escape and he held it like for 3 to 4 minutes. So almost the entire fight I couldn't get out of it.
Yeah, that always happens. Like if one guy just tries to stall, and then,
Yeah,
you know, in a 6-minute match or 7-minute match, it can be over quick.
yeah, yeah. And also the thing is when I compete, the fun thing for me is to try my jiu-jitsu out. I don't want to stall for 4 or 5 minutes in a competition. I can do that in practice, but in a competition I want to go like all out. I want to see what can happen. And the thing is that it's so counterproductive when you just get hold on and hold back and you can't get out of anything.
Yeah, uh, yeah. I've been in a few of those situations where I'm working good jujitsu, and then the guy throws me in 50-50
Yeah,
or something like that, and then once you're there, it's hard to get out.
yeah,
But then also I've had to opt out for that route too, like when the guy's passing and then putting him into the 50-50. And it's hard with short time, you know,
Yeah,
especially when they give out advantages so easily from that position.
yeah, for sure. Uh, you're training with a well-known person, Keenan.
Hmm.
And he said a few times, I don't remember from who or from where, but you can't train 3 times a day at Atos. You can train 5 days a week.
Uh-huh.
How much do you train per day per week?
I try to train as much as I can. Like, I like to take 1 to 2 nights off,
Yeah.
but I like to train every day. Um, yeah, it's just different styles. Like Keenan likes to spar a lot and likes to feel fresh when he's sparring and you know, do really well. And then sometimes like some of the guys like to spar when they're just dead beat tired. And I I honestly just try to uh, like make sure I don't get hurt. And I usually will take 1 night off or 2 nights off, but I try to train in the day every time.
Yeah. So if you like, how much is like sparring? How much is drilling? How much is technique training?
It varies, you know, every week. Like Professor Andre, he changes it up every time, and you know, some days will be a lot of drilling, some days will be a lot of sparring. Uh, Sometimes we'll go, you know, a few days straight of really hard sparring, and then a few days straight of you know just light drilling and letting our body recover. So he likes to mix it up a lot.
Which do you prefer?
Um, Honestly, I like having both. I like having a you know an equal mix of both.
Yeah.
Um, I feel like I get a lot out of sparring, and I also feel like drilling is just essential. When I'm not drilling, I feel a lot slower and a lot looser.
Okay. So you have been collecting pretty many medals this last year. What do you say like is the recipe to your success?
Just I try to stay focused. I try to keep working hard. I try to try to be kind to everyone at the gym and everyone I know and all my friends and everything. And I know I get a lot of support from my family and my friends and everything. So just try to keep my head straight and keep working hard.
Yeah. Okay. Do you how well do you know Paulo Sandsten?
Oh, he's come into the gym a few times.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the last time he came in was for Worlds Camp, and then this year, and then Worlds Camp last year. I I've sparred with him a decent, probably for 2 or 3 months straight.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's really good.
Is he?
Uh,
The thing is that I had him as a guest on my third or fourth episode of this podcast,
mhm.
so we know each other pretty good. Do you think you're better than him, or does he choke you out? Who is the top guy?
We have good roles.
Yeah.
I won't say anything more than that, but we have good sparring matches.
Okay. Is it pretty close?
Um, Honestly, I don't even remember. I can't even
Okay. You're sure you're not being too kind on him right now?
say. No, he's a really good sparring partner. I like having him at the gym.
Yeah. I
It's
think
really
he's moving over to you guys in like half a year or something.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. Uh, are you one of those guys that films his matches, or like
What?
watch them afterwards? Do you film all your matches, or?
I don't film my matches, but after the tournaments, I always just hunt on YouTube for my matches. I enjoy watching my matches. I feel like it's always good to critique yourself.
Yeah. Do you just watch them to see what happened, or do you like use them for, uh, how do you say, like to better yourself? Do you use your own films like in your own training to improve yourself, or is it just to watch how the match went?
Sometimes I'll watch to study, to see like positions that I lost or things that I could have done better, and then sometimes I'll watch videos just to remember good times,
Yeah,
like
okay.
so. Yeah, both.
Yeah, okay. How do you handle if I should say like the mental game? If a tournament doesn't go as you have been planning, how do you deal with it?
Honestly, I don't, I don't even really think about the whole mental side of it too much. Like it's it's really simple to me. I train really hard and I know I'm ready, and then I go to the tournament and I do the best I can. Um, the only reason why I would be upset after competing is, if I didn't do my best, if I felt like I didn't fight, the way I should have, and I just, like right after Nogi Worlds, it was my fifth or sixth tournament at Brown Belt. It was the first time I lost, and immediately as soon as I healed up after it, I was back in the gym training, and then 1 week later, I did, probably one of my best performances at the Grand Prix.
Yeah, okay.
So, you just kind of have to keep everything realistic and I don't know, just keep working hard. There's no reason to get too down about anything.
Okay. Because you have this kind of pretty high goal, the world champion.
Hmm.
Do you look at like when you lose, it's like a bump in the road, or is it doesn't matter, or how do you look at it?
I feel like, uh, with any journey, you're gonna have highs and lows, and when you're in your lows, if you don't embrace them, you just you'll never get past them.
Okay.
So, like if I'm ever in a where I feel like I'm not doing too good in the gym, or like I said at Nogi Worlds, I lost in the quarterfinals. You just kind of have to embrace those times and keep pushing through them, and then eventually you'll be back on top again.
Yeah. Is that the same also when you like training or the regular training? Do you like get motivation uh, the down periods, or is it just always on top?
I have ups and downs even in the gym. Like there's times where I feel like, I'm not doing as good as I usually am. I don't feel as strong or as fast. And then there's times where I feel awesome, and I don't know, I don't let the ups and downs control whether or not I train. I just always make it a point to come into the gym.
Yeah. Is that because you have such a big focus on your main goal? Is it, or what is it that keeps you on the mat every day?
Yeah, like I there's no other option for me. I need jujitsu's my life, and
Okay.
this is what else would I be doing, I guess. I don't know. Like there's nothing else I could be doing but training.
There's nothing like in the couch is holding you back, or there's a good,
No,
good movie on, or
no, I'm at the gym.
jiu-jitsu prevails.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I
Uh,
just don't make it an option.
you just okay, so you just like whatever you feel and whatever you at that moment, you just pack your bag and go anyway.
Yeah, my my dad drops me off at the gym at 9 and then picks me up at 9 p.m. And that's how that goes.
Okay, that's good. So have someone to drive you and deliver you, so you don't have an
Yeah.
option. Yeah. I got a question here from a listener. He asks how to improve your BJJ game. What is the best advice that you can do to improve your game?
Just uh, I guess that's a really broad question,
Yeah.
and uh, the best thing for me was always uh, like never just try to, like if I find something that works on someone, or works on everyone, or whatever it is, like don't be uh, don't be content with that. Just keep trying to evolve your jujitsu, and keep trying to do different techniques and different styles, and not always using strength, I guess, and just keep trying new stuff.
Okay.
Looking on YouTube to see what people are doing nowadays, and and how people are passing or how people are sweeping, and trying them out in the gym. That was always something that I did, studying YouTube.
Mm.
Yeah.
If you look at the blue belt, purple belt, and the brown belt, what has changed most in your game if you take it like belt wise?
At the blue belt, in blue belt, or excuse me, when I was a blue belt in like 2011 and 2010, I played a lot of spider guard
Yeah,
using, you know, mainly spider guard and close guard. And then in 2012, my first year at purple belt, I felt like a big strength difference. Like the guys felt a lot tighter, a lot stronger, a lot faster. So I ended up in the 50-50 position a lot in 2012. And then in 2013, this year, while I was a purple belt, I got a lot stronger, and uh, I started using my De La Hiva and my Berimbolo a lot.
yeah,
And now I'm just, I don't really have another tournament until 2015. So just trying out new stuff, like using Keenan's lapel guard a little bit, and some other stuff.
yeah. Do you think
Yep,
that the lapel guard or the marionette guard is going to be like the next thing?
I think so.
Yeah.
It's really tough. Yeah,
Do
yeah.
do you do you use them both, or do you use the lapel that goes to the De La Hiva, or how do you use it?
I use it. I use it like Keenan sometimes, where he grabs onto the lapel and just puts his feet like wrapped into the lapel.
Yeah,
Sometimes I'll use it through the De La Hiva, but yeah, controlling the person with the lapel is really effective.
yeah. I saw Keenan's last DVD. He was talking about releasing a DVD about the lapel guard. Do you know anything
Mhm.
about it? Is it coming out soon or?
Honestly, I don't know.
Okay.
I haven't heard.
Are you not staying on top of things?
Well, yeah, Keenan. He does what he wants. So I'd like to see him come out with a lapel guard DVD. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. Do you guys hang out a lot, or is it just training, or how does the whole thing, friends versus jiu-jitsu works?
We're all really really close at Atos. I mean, Keenan and the rest of the guys, Mike Carbolito and Nisar Loinab and Rolando Sampson, all the guys, JT Torres,
Yeah.
Professor. We're all really good friends. We hang out outside of the gym.
Okay. Um, which of the if you take the last year and all tournaments, which tournament is it that you're most pleased with?
Definitely this year I was most happy with my performance at Pan Am's.
Okay, why is that?
I had 12 fights that weekend, seven in my division and five in the absolute.
Okay.
And I think I had like, I don't know, like maybe seven submissions or something. So that was really fun. That was an amazing weekend for me.
Yeah. Do you remember all your matches? Like you seem to compete so much, or is it just blur into one, or can you like remember what happened with who you rolled and?
I can remember most of my matches. I think about them a lot actually.
Really?
So
Okay.
yeah, I think about different things that happen in my matches a lot.
Yeah. You go back
Hmm.
like and what happened? What did I do? What did he do? How can I get better? Or
Yep.
yeah. Okay.
Uh, yeah, I like to think back to my matches, and I can think back pretty far actually. Um, yeah, I've been competing for like maybe 6 years now, and I can probably go back to like all the way back to like white belt.
Whoa. So
I don't
you
know.
like a
Competing's always
jiu-jitsu Rain Man almost.
competing's always been like a big thing for me,
Yeah.
and yeah, I've always enjoyed it.
When did you decide that you want to do this jiu-jitsu for the full time of your career? When,
Honestly, I don't remember like a specific point and when it changed for me, but I've always been really serious about it. It took me about 2 months uh, from when I started training to really liking it. Maybe it took me like 2 or 3 months, and then I was just pretty much addicted. And
yeah.
then maybe a few years after, I was like 14, 15. And
Did it start out like to just to try it out, or did it like straight away turn into something what you want to compete in?
when I started, I really didn't care. I was just doing it because my dad was doing it, and then he really liked it, and he was really excited about it. So after maybe a month or two, I just kind of wore on me, and then
Yeah.
and, now I'm here.
Does your dad still train?
Yeah, he's a brown belt as well.
Sweet. And Atos also?
He manages an MMA gym in San Diego, the Arena MMA.
Okay.
He trains there.
Ah, okay.
Hmm.
So you get a chance to spar with him sometimes?
Yeah, every once in a while we'll spar. It's been a while, but every once in a while we'll train.
Yeah. How does it feel to roll with your dad?
Yeah, he's really good.
Okay.
Really good.
Yeah. It's such a like kind of a dream almost like to have to share your interests with your dad and also to like to roll with him.
Yeah, it's pretty
It
great.
must be pretty sweet.
Hmm.
Uh, I heard that you say that you always like roll hard with everyone you train, and that kind of mentality needs to be a champion.
I don't like for me that's the way I like to train. I know there's a lot of people like for instance the guy from Australia, Kit Dale.
Yeah,
He likes. I remember talking to him, and he likes to go a little bit lighter and try out new positions. But for the most part, I like to spar as hard as I can.
yeah. Do you all the guys at Atos share that opinion, or is it like you roll hard with some guys and lighter with other guys, or
I'd say most of the guys at Atos, we all kind of do the best we can every single train.
okay? So it's
Yep.
pretty rough training passes then.
Yeah, and it gets tough when you have, all the talent that we have in our gym rolling as hard as we do.
Yeah.
Training sessions can be pretty intense.
Uh, there's many talks, much talks about like letting your ego go when you're training BJJ. How does that work when you have like, as you say, 10 black belts on the mat? Is there anyone letting anything up, or is it?
Uh, with Atos, at least at Atos, what I've noticed is we all kind of train as hard as we can, and we try to push it to the point where you're tapping to guys that you shouldn't be tapping to. Like it's it's like you're trying to train to the point where at times you can be reckless and lose position, or if every time you train you're afraid to do something because a guy might do this or that, and maybe he's a blue belt and you're a brown belt, then nothing will ever get done. So we kind of you know we don't really care if anyone taps to anyone. It's just what we do. It's what happens.
Yeah.
You can't bring that kind of mentality into the gym.
Is that because you guys like open your game up, or is it like you go slower, or like what happens that like a blue belt could tap a brown belt? What is happening at that moment?
Like maybe you go for like if I'm training with a blue belt, for instance, today I was training with a guy actually, and he's a good blue belt, but if I use my A game, I'm gonna close him up every time. But today I was trying new stuff. I was trying like different half guard positions that I usually don't go for, and he took my back and put me to sleep.
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah. So you just have to use different stuff.
Yeah.
I learned a lot from that.
Yeah, I understand, and like I think it could get like almost like easy, like for a higher guy with a higher belt to like to play his safe game and never get tapped. And I don't know how to say it, but it kind of is hard for them to get tapped because it's the ego thing. But perhaps it's like better in the long run if they do it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I meaning?
Yeah. Yeah, everyone. I just think everyone's different. Like I've seen guys who are really good and they only do their A game in the gym, and then I've seen guys that tried goofy position. They just kind of mess around and joke around, and they're still good. And it's just you kind of have to find your own what works best for you.
Yeah.
What mindset works best for you in the gym.
Yeah. Who is the best guy you ever rolled with?
Mm, I've rolled with a lot of good guys. You know, probably like the top 5 guys I've rolled with are uh, obviously Professor Andre. I've rolled with Solo and Shanji Hibero, who are awesome.
Yeah.
Keenan Cornelius is definitely up there, and I'd say Hafa and Guy Mendez. So
Yeah.
I've rolled with so many good guys. I've been blessed with the so many opportunities training with Guto Campos, the Mendes brothers, Bruno Frazato, that it's hard to say.
Yeah. It's a pretty sweet life you're living, like to roll with these guys every day.
Yeah, it's a dream.
Yeah, like how many people like have those opportunities that they can have those kind of sparring sessions like almost every day.
Yeah, it's definitely something.
Yeah, I can get it. I have also another question here from a listener. Is it true that Davy Ramos always rolls like it's the Mundial's finals?
Yes.
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 So he goes pretty hard then.
Yeah, I've seen him. He trains really, really, really hard. He does everything against everyone. Like
Yeah.
flying arm bars against blue belts and white belts.
Are they shocked or are they used to it?
Yeah, he's pretty controlled. Like I haven't seen him hurt anyone, but he goes hard.
Yeah, okay. Many of the guys at your camp at Aros and like the Menos brothers are Berimbolo users. Who do you think got the best Berimbolo?
I would say Rafael Mendez has the best berimbolo I've ever trained with. Guilherme has a really good berimbolo, and then I've also trained with the Miao Bros, who obviously have incredible berimbolo techniques.
How would you describe the difference between those guys, and regarding that technique? What makes like Hafa that good? What is it that he does?
He's so good at he's so good at like staying really strong in his berimbolo position, and it's really crazy how strong he is for his size. He's only 155 pounds, and he's definitely one of the strongest guys I've grappled with. And then the Miaos, they're just so persistent on their berimbolo, you know?
Yeah.
They do not stop for the whole, however long they're out.
They keep going at it the same position.
Yeah, even if it doesn't work for 5 minutes, they'll keep going for it, you know?
Yeah. Who is your like biggest inspiration source? Like not just BJJ, like in life in general.
Just like my biggest jiu-jitsu idol is definitely my professor Andre Galval. He, you know, it's crazy what he does. He's, the instructor at our gym, and he's such a good guy, and he does a lot of stuff for a lot of the people at the gym. He definitely is my, jiu-jitsu idol.
Mm.
On and off the mats.
Yeah, okay. I think it was like 2 years ago. Galval was here in Sweden at Paul Sandstens Academy that they used to have. And I was quite surprised that like a big famous name like Galval just came to Sweden, and like what a nice guy he was.
Yeah, he's awesome.
If you look like the superstars in like soccer or hockey or any other sport, I don't think you would get that kind of treatment from like a superstar like he is in our sport. He was very humble, very nice, took time to talk and listen, and like he was like an every other person.
Yeah, jiu-jitsu is definitely different in that sense, where all the superstars are for the most part really nice guys.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. Do you have like a sponsorship with Shoyroll, or what is your connection to Shoyroll? Because I always see you here and there using their equipment or like in their commercials and stuff like that.
Yeah, I've been sponsored by Shoyoroll for since 2011.
How did that go about?
They sponsored me when I hadn't won very many tournaments, and their team was really small. They had, they weren't sponsoring very many people at the time. Only like the best guys, Jordan Schultz, Alec Balding, I forget who else, but I sent them a resume, and also a lot of people in the San Diego Jiu-Jitsu community was telling the owner, Bear, about me, and I was training at Solas at the time, and yeah, he decided to give me a gi one day. It was right before Europeans, and maybe 3 or 4 days before I left to Portugal, and he gave me a gi to compete in, and then told me, that he'd help me out, not too much, but just a little bit. And then ever since then, I've been on a roll with the competition. So it just grew from there. And now we have a good relationship, and yeah, he supports me a lot.
Yeah. How big is the sponsorship for like a guy like you?
And I couldn't do it without, guys like Bear, and he helps me so much.
Yeah. Do you have any other sponsors besides Shoyroll?
I'm also sponsored by Ruka and JujitsuFactory.com.
Okay. What is Ruka?
Ruka's you probably have seen the clothing company. It's RVCA.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's a clothing company.
Okay. So what's coming up next here? Like in a few couple of weeks. What's your main focus for the short time?
Right now I'm just training. Just kind of training light, not too much, not too crazy. Just kind of winding down the year and then getting ready for Pan Ams again in 2015 in January.
Yeah. Is there any like specific position you're thinking about right now, or any kind of new stuff you want to do?
Honestly, I just right now I'm working a lot on my top game. I want to be a lot better at passing this year.
Yeah, okay. Do you think that's the key to the brown belt, to excel at the brown belt level, to be good at passing?
Yeah, I mean, brown belt, it's a lot tougher, going from blue to purple and then now purple to brown, and I'm just trying to be really well rounded.
Yeah.
Work on my takedowns and top game for next year.
It's gonna be really nice to follow your career and see what happens and how fast you can get to your main goal.
Thank you.
I don't have any more questions right now. It's been fun talking to you, to see what kind of person you are and what you think and say about stuff, and to get to know a little bit about your training and how you like competing and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm, yeah. Again, thank you for having me.
Thank you. Yeah, I know you have a very busy schedule, so it was pretty sweet to get you on.
Yeah, sorry about that.
It's no problem. I'm just happy to have you on and to talk to you this for 42 minutes, whatever. And we wish you the best of luck, and it's going to be sweet to follow you on the competition mat.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much, and good luck and take care.
All right, have a good one.
A big thank you to Michael for taking time to be on this podcast. It was really nice of him. It was really good to get this time to talk to him and see what he thinks about stuff. This podcast is brought to you by the company Top Rank Equipment and 3%. You will find more information about these two on Facebook if you look them up there. Okay guys, till next podcast, take care and keep on rolling.